You're welcome to my channel, Mindset Academy, where we want to solve the problem that is displayed at the left-hand side of the screen. And if you look closely, the question says that the figure below shows a block in orthographic projection. Make a pictorial sketch making X the lowest point, right? So when they say pictorial, it can be in isometric, it can be in oblique, but for the benefit of this video, I'll be using oblique isometric projection, right? So the most important thing is we should assemble it. They didn't tell us freehand sketch. They just say make a pictorial sketch. So I will be using my instrument. So since we are using isometric, the first thing you first of all do is to draw your isometric axis. Like you project this up this way, you draw the vertical, and you draw the inclined axis this way, and you draw the other one this way. Can you see that? So this is isometric projection here, drawing the two axes at 30 degrees. Now the first thing you have to do is to note or to detect the elevation so that we can get the entire length. So the elevation here is this you're seeing here, and the entire length here is given to be what? 125. And what you notice, it is facing the side. So I'll measure 125 from this point here. If I put that, use my instrument from 0 to 125, this is 125 here. Hope you can see that. This is the 125 here. And the other part is to get the entire height, which you also get from the elevation. The height is given to be what? 55. So I'll measure 55 from here. 0 to 55. Can you see that? Then the width, you can get the width from the end elevation. So the length of the end elevation, which is this here, is the width. But you can also get it from where? From the plan, right? So if you look at this closely, the length is what? 66. So you measure 66 from here. From 0 to 66. Then I'll use it to form my box. So when I use my instrument, I'll place it this way and I'll project here upward. I'll also project here upward, and I'll close it up with this. And I'll close it up with this. And I'll do here the same thing to here. And I'll close it up too. This is what we have. We brought out the box. Now the next thing is for you to start bringing the component together. So what are we going to do here? We will start from the elevation. Now if you look at the elevation very well, that means the lowest point is X. That means this is our point X here, the lowest point of the figure, point X. Meaning that this point here will start from here, right? And this point you see here is at these two ends. Are you with me now? So what is the thickness there? The thickness there, if you can get it from the end view, because this spot here, this thickness here is the same thing as this thickness here. Are you with me? So meaning that throughout of it is the same thickness. And what is the thickness? That is 25. So I'm going to measure 25 at this point here. So from 0, this is 25. So because I'm using my instrument, I will not have to stress myself. I would have easily measured 25 here too, but because I'm using my t-square and z-square simultaneously, I'll just place my t-square and my z-square and I'll just draw that point. So the way I'm having it here, the way it is here, this line you see here is telling me that from here to here is thickened. Right, that's what that line is telling me. And from here to here also is also thickened. And I'm going to close here also, and I'll close here too also. Hope you can see that. And I'll also do the thickness in this manner too. And I'll do here also same thing too, but it is symmetrical. Now if you look closely from this part here, you realize that this point here is this point here. This point here is somewhere around here, which we are going to detect. How are we going to know that? If you look at this point, the same thing as this point and also at this point here. And the length from the beginning to this point is what is given to be 75. So I'm going to measure 75 to get to that point. So I'll just take my instrument and I'll measure 75 from 0, this here, from 0 here to 75. Hope you can see that from 0 to 75. And I'm going to take it up as you can see from the diagram. Place it on your T-square and you just take it up. And I will easily thicken it. Just take it up and you thicken it straight ahead just to save our time. And I'll also take this one down here this way. And I'm going to thicken it from this point straight down here, as you can see. Hope you can see that. And also the line you're seeing here, this particular line you see here, this line, it is drawn straight ahead. So I'll connect this point here straight down to this point. And also I'll take this point here too straight down to this point. Right? And I'll also close it up too. Right? Why am I doing that? If you look at the plan, this line you see here is this line here, and this line you're seeing here is this line here. Right? So also the entire length from here to here is thickened. So I'm going to also thicken the entire length from here to here. Can you see that? Also the height here, you can see this height here is also thickened. So I'm going to thicken from here to here. Can you see that? Then we move forward. Now the next thing that we're going to do is this. This hidden line is telling me that here is going in a little bit. So what I'll just do simply, I'll just use my faint line and I'll close here up. Can you see that? Then I'll start doing the normal measurements. So let's start. We're looking from the plan now from the top. So this end here will be somewhere around here and somewhere around here. And what is the thickness? That is 22, 22. So what I'll just simply do is I'll measure 22 from this end, from 0 here to 22, and also from 0 here also to what? To 22. I'll just thicken it straight ahead, and also I'll thicken it straight ahead. Can you see that? Then after that, the next thing I'll do is, once you've done that, 22, you've seen it here, then the next point is 10. That means this thickness you see here is the same thing here also, right? And that is 10. So I'll measure 10 at the beginning here. You measure another 10 here, from 0 to 10, and also from 0 to 10. So I'll just stick in here, and I'll also stick in here. Hope you can see that. Then after I've done that, The next thing that I'll be doing is just to connect them together. So let us connect it together, meaning that I'm connecting from this end to this end, and I also connect from this end to this end. Hope you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going down, but to what depth? A depth of what? A depth of 20. So I'll be coming down with a depth of what? 20. So let's do that and see. So if I should bring it down, and I'll bring it down, and I'll measure my thickness of what? 20. 0 to 20. That's what the hidden line is telling us. So I'll just thicken from here to here, right? And I'll do the same thing here too. This point, if you look it from the front here, it is just a straight line also that's connecting it. So I'll just join from here to here, meaning from here to here is also 20. And I'll draw my thick line. Can you see that? I'll also bring down here a little bit, faint line, where I'm going to measure the same 20. Right, you just take your compass from here to here is 20, meaning from here to here I'll measure the 20, which I will just connect it from this point straight down to this point, and from here straight down to here. Then I'll close it up from this point because of that opening that you are seeing there. Are we together? So we move forward. Then aside that, here also is thickened. This point here is also thickened, and here also is also thickened. That is for the top you're seeing. Then that hidden line you see here represent this circle you are seeing here, which is the circle here. They are the same thing. And what is the diameter of the circle? And that is given to be 30. Are we together? And where is the 30 situated? At the middle of this figure here. That is where the circle is situated. So how can I get the middle of the figure? Just connect the two diagonals. From here, draw a line, and from here also draw another line. Where they meet here, that will be the center of what? Of the figure. So you just draw your line across that point. From this point, draw your line this way, and from this point, draw your line also this way. So what am I looking for? I'm actually looking for, just pay attention, 1, 2, 3, and 4, the vertical and the horizontal line. So I've gotten the center. What is the diameter given? 30, meaning that the radius is what? It's 15. So I'll just take my instrument and I'll measure half of it, of 30, which is 15. Can you see that? And I'll place it at the center point here. I'm going to mark 15 here, 15 here, 15 here, and also 15 here. Then I'll draw my line across those points. So from here, draw your line that will pass through here. From this point, another line that will pass through here. And from this point, another line that will pass through here. And from this point, another line that will pass through here. Can you see that? So once you've done that, you can now easily join the diagonal. You see, this is not the line here. This is the actual line. So just to ensure clarity, I'll remove this. So you join the longest diagonal from here to here. Let me call here to be, this is the main 4, this should be 5, and this is 6. So from 5 to 6 is longer, so I will join it together, passing through the center. It's longer than what? From 7 to 8. Are you with me now? So I will not pick a point. Either I choose 8 or 7. If I choose 8, I'll connect from 8 to 1, and I'll connect from 8 to 4. Hope you can see that. So where they are meeting, That is where I'm going to use to draw my circle. So that means I'll connect 4 and 1. And I'll connect 7 on this. Then I'll connect from this point where the inclined line meets this. And I'll join it together with this. Then I'll connect from this to this. This is what we have here. So if I should put it properly, this is what I'll be having. Hope you can see that. So this is what we have here. That is the circular figure that we're having, right? So we have successfully transformed that orthographic projection in first angle into a pictorial view in isometric. We can also draw a pictorial view in oblique. Why am I calling isometric? Because these two axes inclined. So when they say sketch, maybe they are telling you to use, they didn't say freehand sketch. So they want you to know that this is what we have. So if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and also share the video. And also, don't forget to do your dimension. It's very important to do dimensioning. The way you see it here, you do your dimension, right? And this hidden line you're seeing here is this going in through. So this is what we have here. So thank you very much.